All right, this is Patreon Let There Be Talk bonus episode number 116, and I decided today to make this one episode only available to everybody out there so you can get a little taste of what my bonus episodes are like on Patreon. Join my Patreon, and you can, hear these bonus episodes. You can get in on the Zoom Fest where I Zoom with all the Patreoners. I try to keep the Patreon nice and fresh with bonus episodes. There are 116 of them. This is the only one you'll be able to hear if you are not a member. So patreon.com/Dean Del Rey. Check it out. Thank you. Patreoners, it is bonus episode number 116 coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada on this Wednesday. Is it Wednesday, I believe? Never know what day it is when I'm in Vegas. It is. It's Wednesday the 17th. How are you? I want to give a quick shout out to the Patreoners that came out to the Bend, Oregon show and the Portland, Oregon show. We had some Patreon friends in the house. Who was there? It was Yobtov was there, and Emily was there. Brandon Belt was there. A few others. Who else? I can't remember because it's all a blur. It's all a blur. Anyway, thank you for joining me out there, Portland and Bend. I love Oregon. I really do. I could live there. You know, even though it was fucking raining for 4 days straight. Didn't bother me. I'd stay inside, and then when the sun just poked out for a minute, I'd go outside and then go back in, vampire style. Yeah, look at all the vampires here tonight. Anyway, I dig it up there. Did this place, Bossa Nova Ballroom. It was really cool. The staff was cool. The venue was cool. I like that area that it's in. If I lived in Portland, that's where I would live. I don't know what area that is, and I should probably look into it, but it's on one side of the bridge that I know is the good side, not the downtown side. So it's got cool old craftsmen's, and it has some incredible food. Ate at this spot called Fermenter, I believe. It's the second time I've eaten there, and Ship John joined me. And the food there is just insane. I'm eating more and more vegan as I get older, but also on the road. I just try to eat clean and avoid any kind of fucking garbage food, because that's all that seems to be out there when you're on the highway. It's like, next stop, McDonald's garbage, Burger King garbage, and Jack in the Box diabetes. And then a Chipotle. Chipotle is really the only kind of semi-clean I can do. I can get some beans, rice, and a little barbecue chicken in there with some avocado and vegetables. I don't know. The old Dean hippie has arrived. Anyway, loving the Northwest. Second time I've been there in a few months, and I just dig it. And it's got some good people there. Did run into some fucking freaks. Came out of the hotel, some fool lunatic just right up behind me. I'll blow your fucking head off. Out of his fucking mind. Out of his mind. So you do get that. But you get that everywhere these days, it seems like. I'm in Vegas right now, boy. Woo, you got some fucking swamp people out here. Wow. Vegas, 7 days straight. I am out here again at the Rio Hotel doing the Comedy Cellar, and I enjoy it. I don't like Vegas, I've said it before, but I do enjoy doing as much comedy as I can in a 24-hour period. 2 shows a night, you know. Dig it. Trying to get funnier, trying to get a crushing hour. That's the goal. I want to try to see if I can get to destroyer mode I want to have the smart bombs. Remember that? What was that on? Either Defender, Stargate, or Asteroids. Or all three had smart bombs. All I know is in the video game world in the 80s, you needed some fucking smart bombs. And I think in life, you need some smart bombs. Let's be honest. Something happens, you could press a button and boom, start all over. How great would that be? Load yourself up with some smart bombs, my friend. That is what you need in life. Smart bombs aren't necessarily a button. It's just paying attention in life to what people say, gathering that knowledge, and then being able to press a little button in your brain when you detect some kind of bummer. I remember I was looking at like mid-century homes all over America, and this guy dropped a little smart bomb on me. He said, hey man, I bought a mid-century in Fresno, and it was real cheap. I moved to Fresno, and after 8 months, the architecture wore off, and you realize you live in Fresno. So there it is, a little nugget, a smart bomb. Boom, take it in and gather as many smart bombs as you can. Listen to people. Hear what they say. Hear what they say. Nobody's listening anymore. Staring at the phones. Nobody listens. But gather your smart bombs. I do want to tell you guys what I did last night. First of all, it's been a cool couple of weeks. I was out with Burr. We went to Reno. I hadn't been to Reno in years. Went to this place, Bizarre Guitars. Insane. They had guns, and then they had guitars. It's a strange mixture, for sure. Guitars, you know, often considered a six-string slinger, you know. This is my six-string slinger. But it's funny to think about guns that completely end people's lives, and then guitars that make music that save people's lives. Bizarre concept together, the juxtapose of that place. Owner was really bizarre. Perfect name for the place. He comes out, hey man, oh, what's happening? He reminded me of one of those guys. It's like, you looking for a used car? You come down and you see Billy Bob Big Head. Remember that one guy? Oh, fuck, they used to have this commercial. This guy sold cars. How? Oh, I just remembered. I'm Hal Worthington, and this is my dog Spot. And it was a fucking horse. I'm Hal Worthington, and this is my dog Spot. Come on down to El Camino Real and get yourself a Chrysler. Hal Worthington and my dog Spot. Anyway, the dude was a lot like one of those old fucking homemade TV commercials that you'd see late night when you're spun out on some good devil's dandruff trying to sleep. The TV's just on and these fucking weirdos come on. Are you tired of having credit people call you? Stop hanging up and fight back. I'm Timmy, credit cleaner. Anyway, this guy was pretty wild. He gave us a tour of his guitars. I'm not sure if all of them were real. I talked to a couple people. I mean, I can spot things a mile away, but I let them go. I'm not that guy anymore. I'm not going to sit there. I'm not buying, so I'm not going to sit there and go, actually, that's a changed pickup, and it looks like a refin and one changed tuner, and that's a wrong knob. I could do that, but fuck it. Let the guy go. Let's hear him spin his yarn, and then we're out of there, and I got a story for the bonus episode. I will tell you this. We went down to his basement, and he had these fucking crazy guitars and cool amps and everything. And then he had a stuffed fucking rattlesnake in there that somebody had caught out in the desert out there in Reno. And this was the fucking biggest rattlesnake I'd ever seen. It was easily the size around of like those little pancakes you get. You know, what are those things? Silver dollar pancakes? It wasn't a silver dollar. It was like $2 silver fatness. If this fucker bit you, oh, I counted the rattles too. I think it was 17. 17 years old, man. If this thing bit you, just done. I don't care how much anti-venom they had. This thing was so giant, it made Gertie look small. Gertie is small, but I mean, dude, this thing was a fucking snake. It was giant, stuffed. I took a picture of it. I'll try to put it up on the Patreon. It was behind glass, so it didn't look that good, the photo. But went out to Reno, did some shows, and then drove from Reno to San Jose. Had not done that in years, so got to see a little bit of that NorCal, road and climate and all that shit, just different shit, going through Martinez with the fucking the oil refineries. Man, it's crazy that people live right next to oil refineries. It's like houses and then just it looks like The Simpsons, just refineries just bellowing out top. I mean, we just drove through it in 10 seconds. I'm sure it took about 84 minutes off the back end of my life. But anyway, got to San Jose, did some shows there at the beautiful San Jose Performance Arts Center, I believe it is, or Event Center, Performance Event Center. Chuck Billy came with his wife, Tiff. So good to see those two. Hadn't seen Chuck since the final Slayer show at the LA Forum, which, by the way, I saw that Kerry King moved to New York. Really wild. Last time I saw Kerry King was when I was in Vegas. Me and who else was I with? I think it was my old landlady, Heidi. We met up with Kerry King and his wife, and they had just bought a home in Vegas. This is 2 years ago. He was fired up. Bought a home in Vegas, going to watch the Raiders and all this, and boom, they're in New York. Apparently his wife is from there, and she tweeted something like, 34 years in L.A. and, California, I'm going back home to the greatest city ever. So that'll be interesting. Kerry King in New York. I can't imagine that, but I don't know Kerry that well. Maybe he is a full-on New York soldier. Who knows? But I will tell you this. There was great shows there in San Jose. We went by the Winchester Mystery House, which is always hilarious. Went there on I think a 5th grade or 6th grade field trip. So I was ripping on that on stage. I was just up there going like, how's the Winchester Mystery House still open? In 2021, we got computers and stuff. Who's fascinated by like, you open this door and it goes nowhere. Ooh, cool. But it is cool to see it as I get older with my love of architecture. So to see the type of, when I was a kid, I was like looking at it going, ooh, is this a Craftsman or a Victorian? I wasn't doing that. I was kind of like, where's the guns at? Where's the Winchester rifles? So did that, did some shows, came home, rested a little bit, then went up there to Bend, Oregon, to Portland. And then, I went to a 49er game, which I hadn't done since I was young. I used to go to a lot of football games when I was young, and I realized, I don't really watch football anymore at all. And, of course, everybody knows that listens to me and I realized why. 2 reasons. Football was something I watched when I was drinking. It was on Sundays. I was hungover, and I would watch the game. Okay, just laying around like, God damn, I feel like shit. I can't believe I gotta swing a hammer tomorrow on a 3rd-story roof. Oh, just waffling down fucking pizza, and then passing out around 7 o'clock, waking up at 6 a.m. to commute with 3 dirty dudes to go swing hammers and dream of being a rock and roll star. Man, I can't wait till we get that record deal, Steve. We can fucking drop these hammers, tell the man to fuck off. I've said it before. hats off to the people that are work construction, people that build homes and everything that we sleep and eat and shop in and watch movies in. Hats off to them, but I could not fucking do it. I'm 55, man. I can't imagine my body if I worked construction all those years. Oh my God, just tore up. So, you know, big love to them, but I couldn't do it. Anyway, so the other reason I stopped watching football was I'm kind of like, you know those people you meet, I call them the tumbleweeds. You've heard me clown them for years, tumbleweeds, where they go, there's no good music anymore. And with me, it's like, there's no good fucking quarterbacks anymore. I grew up in the highest fucking, you know, style of quarterbacking. I'm talking about like the kings of the position, the kings of the NFL. You got Joe Montana, later Steve Young, of course. John Elway. You got McMahon. Remember him? Wore fucking sunglasses like a goddamn, as Joey would say, a soldier. Fucking guy's a soldier out there wearing sunglasses because his eyes were fucked up from the, I don't know, something when he was young. You had fucking Elway. You had Dan Marino. And look, I don't even fucking watch football, and I know these guys' goddamn names because they were superstars. You had Plunkett for the Raiders. These guys were killers. Killers. Now they got like 2 quarterbacks in the whole NFL. I remember reading something about 15 years ago. They said the NFL is going to be in trouble because there's just no new good quarterbacks coming up the college pike. You know? It's just crazy. So I went to see a game. Burr got tickets. Mr. Bill Burr. Thank you so much. I love that man. Fucking just surprised me. He's like, we're going to a 49er game today. We had these crushing seats. We had these great seats where you just go inside this area and it's all the food you want to eat for free. You know? Now, back in my Diabetes Dean days, I would have been in there for at least a quarter. Nachos, tacos, the big pretzel with the yellow trailer park mustard. I go yellow trailer park. I don't go the spicy one. I love spicy mustard on Chinese food. But when it comes to hot dogs or the big pretzel, soft pretzel, I go trailer park yellow. The French's only. So all the free food you wanted in there. But we watched the game, and it really felt good to go to a game. I should go like once a year just for fun to write bits, to look at these people. They're crazy out there. You know? They're just out there fucking wearing all kinds. People are wearing like shorts and flip-flops. It's cold. They got like fake gold chains on and all their favorite players' uniforms and shit. I just looking around. All I kept seeing was number 16, Joe Montana. There is nobody. Joe Montana is the Led Zeppelin of NFL. There's no one better than him. I don't care how many fucking rings you say that dude from Patriots has or those guys. I don't care. I'm talking about watching the dude that had ice in his blood. He had freight trains coming at him, and he would just step back out of the pocket and throw a smashing 60-yard pass to like Dwight Clark. Everybody knows the catch. Or, you know, hit Ronnie Lott. This shit was fucking magic. You know? It was really magic to watch. And those memories are locked in my brain and probably part of my work ethic. There's different people in my life that I picked up work ethic from. My mom, Joe Montana, Led Zeppelin. You know, you just keep looking at these people and you strive to get better at whatever you do in life. This episode is pretty spiritual, right, fellas, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, we're out here just thinking positive. Just thinking positive. Promote what's great, not what you hate. But I mean, you know, I think about it. I do. I was sitting in that stadium, which I did not like. Bill liked the stadium. The second time I've been there, I was there to see the last Grateful Dead shows for Fare Thee Well, and can't stand the stadium. And can't wait to check out that new Rams stadium. Bill says that's the best one he's ever been in, so we will see. But I will tell you this. There was some face masking going on the field, but there was definitely no masks in the stands. NFL don't give a fuck about masks. It's hilarious. It is hilarious. No one was wearing a mask in the stadium. No one. I'm doing shows right now in Vegas, and you have to wear a mask in the showroom. And here we are in a stadium of 60,000, 70,000 people. No one wearing a mask. Not even old fat people. Crazy. They're just stuffing their mouth with fucking nachos. Totally ready to be the victim to Delta. No mask. It felt like fucking 1980 in there. No mask. People loving the Niners. Dug it. Anyway. I want to give you guys this little heads up here. I try to send it around to people. I rode motorcycles for 32, 35 years, something like that. And I worship Evel Knievel, and I love the X Games and stuff. And I love, that whole era of Harley wheelies, which happened to come on, I think, about 15 years ago. My buddy Joey, San Francisco, he would wheelie his Harley back in the day when we were at Laughlin. He was the only guy I ever see could just pull up straight up a Harley Davidson wheelie. But there's this guy on Instagram, and I want you guys to check him out. Reckless_203. So that's RECKLESS_203. Follow this guy on Instagram and lose your fucking mind. I have been riding all my life. I have seen people ride. I have seen X Games. I've seen Travis Pastrana. What's his name? Travis Pastrana. Yeah, that guy, I've seen that guy jump a full football field. I've seen all these guys do crazy shit. But this dude, I have never seen anyone like this dude in my life. He wheelies down the highway, one-handed, dragging a foot, no helmet, wearing a tank top, and take it from me, a man who went down on the asphalt at 70 miles an hour. This guy, if he goes down, oh my God, man, I can't even tell you. First of all, his face will be destroyed because he's got no helmet on. I had a helmet on, and the skin will be completely eliminated off his body. So, holy shit. Check him out. Reckless_203. Okay, so my man Tommy there, our Patreon brother Tommy, sent me over the link for Tom Petty, Somewhere You Feel Free. Okay, it's on YouTube right now. Somebody put it up there, and it's probably going to be up for a while, or it might not be. But wherever it's playing, let me tell you something right now. Do yourself a favor and go see this any way you can. Tommy saw it in the theater. I wish I saw it in the theater, man. This is the type of thing that I love to see in the theater. I'm out in Vegas, and I'm trying to catch up on all the docs I have not been able to see. So I want to see the Phil Lynott one, and I just watched this Tom Petty one, and then I want to watch there's one other one. Oh, yeah, the Velvet Underground one. And then, of course, next week, the Beatles, Peter Jackson one. I'm going to get into that in a minute. But before I do, I have talked about this. I think I talked about it on a bonus episode when the Wildflowers and More box set dropped a couple years ago. Maybe it was a year ago. Maybe it was 6 months ago. I have no fucking concept of time at all. Zero. And a guy who loves watches and spends his time on stage doing minutes of comedy, it's weird that I have no concept of date or time anymore, which I think means I'm winning. Anyway, So I sat down and watched this last night. The Wildfires record was so monumental to me when I was playing music. It inspired me. That one and Wilco's being there and Mother Hip's Part-Timer Goes Full. Those are the 3 records, four. Car Wheels on a Gravel Road by Lucinda Williams. Those are the 4 records that were the blueprint in my mind of the ultimate singer, songwriter, kind of alternative rock and roll country, and Wildflowers being the grand poobah of all of that. And it was absolutely incredible when that record came out. The artwork, Tom Petty's specific Telecaster that he played on that some dude, I believe in Portland or Seattle made for him. It has that Wildflowers logo on it, which became kind of the logo on the cover. Rick Rubin comes on board the first time, and they go down to Sound City, and it is insane. They filmed this whole thing and then stashed the footage away. Now, over the years, I've learned that when it comes to a rock band, let's find out if they've got any fucking footage stashed, because when they do, it's always unbelievable. And, I shot a full documentary on the Wildflowers when I was on tour with them, and that footage is stashed. And I hope one day that comes out and it becomes something cool, like these things I've seen over the years, like Festival Express. That's one of the greatest music documentaries I've ever seen, and I've talked about it before. It was that kind of Woodstock idea of going across Canada in a train with the Grateful Dead and Janis Joplin and the band, and that thing's insane. You just can't believe that bands are like, we were digging around and we found this footage. So in 2 cases this week, we've got Tom Petty, and then we've got the Peter Jackson Let It Be footage. So with Tom Petty, they were running the cameras the entire time, and what we get is a behind-the-scenes look at one of the greatest records ever fucking made. And, you get to see kind of the genius of this man working, which at one point, I just couldn't believe it. He said it's only happened one time in his life, and I can't even believe it happens one time in anybody's life. But he was just sitting in his house, and he turned on the recorder, just a little ghetto blast recorder, and he strummed the chords and sang the lyrics of Wildflowers, the complete song all the way through, just like it was totally channeled through him. This is insane, and I know he's not lying. He just hits record, starts strumming, "You belong amongst the wildflowers," plays the whole thing through, lyrics and chords. Never played the song before, never hand wrote the lyrics, nothing. Just channeling. When that happens, you know that something is about to change in your life. You are completely with one of the universe. Some more spiritual shit for you guys. But it's true. It was funny. People say, what do you like doing more, comedy or music? And I said, in music, I had like 4 gigs out of I think I did like 2,000 or 3,000 shows in my life in music. And I only had like 4 where it was kind of out-of-body experiences. And with comedy, I've had hundreds and hundreds of those already in the 12 years. It was funny to watch Ben Montench. He was talking about when he was recording a piano part on one of the songs on the record. He said, I don't even remember putting that down because I just had a full blackout experience. And he said, when you have a blackout experience sober, that means you are one with the music. You are in the music. And that is 100% true. I got there about 4 times in my life playing music where after the gig you get off and you're like, wow, did that even happen? So this fucking documentary, it's insane. It's insane how many fucking songs Tom Petty wrote. And they're all fucking genius. I mean, the amount of hits. It's so funny. They're recording Wildflowers, and then in the middle of it, they owe 2 songs for MCA to get out of their MCA deal, because they signed with Warner Brothers. So they're like, MCA is like, we'll let you out of the deal, but we need a greatest hits record, and we need 2 new songs. So he doesn't want to pollute the Wildflower session, so he books another studio, and in a matter of a couple hours, he writes Last Dance with Mary Jane, one of his biggest tunes. They're in the studio, and he's just like, okay, it goes kind of like this. Last Dance with Mary Jane. Stan Lynch, the last song he ever played on, right there. They record the 2 songs. It becomes one of his biggest hits. MCA, he's out of that deal, and then Stan Lynch is fired. Tom Petty realizes, I don't like this guy anymore. Stan Lynch didn't like the Wildflowers material. He thought it was too mellow. He didn't think it's what they should be doing. Stan Lynch is a god drummer, but when they interview him, I related with Tom Petty, me being in a band and me writing songs and me, doing a buttload of the work. You always have that one guy in the band, and Stan Lynch is definitely, his talent is fucking amazing, but I could see immediately why he would be annoying, because he was like, yeah, man, I don't know, man, I just didn't hear it, man. He's a grown man. He's like fucking 60, and he's talking like a 18-year-old fucking drummer. Dude, I just want to fucking, smoke a little reefer and fucking play rock and roll, man. Why so many rules? And why you getting all out of place, man? Oh, fucking, these songs suck anyway. Fuck, we should be doing Even the Losers, 5 more versions of that, and then play You Got Lucky. I'm not clowning on Stan Lynch. I don't know. I'm talking out of my ass. But if I had to just guess by seeing the 2 minutes of him on screen, I could see Tom just being like, we got to get rid of this fucking guy. He's fucking bumming me out. Anyway, this fucking documentary is beautiful. And it was weird to watch some different versions of the songs, like Climb That Hill Again, which was on that soundtrack, She's the One, which some of the songs spilled off of from the Wildflowers, which I fucking love that record too, because you could tell, oh, these are just Wildflowers takes that didn't make it. But Climb That Hill, totally different version compared to the one that came out. The big bummer on it, of course, is Tom is fucking gone and Howie's gone. And I opened for Tom Petty on Howie's last tour, and whoa, was this guy gone, man. That dope had caught Howie, and it caught him hard. And it is a bummer, because he is one of the greatest underrated bass player singers ever. That guy, look, I'm going to be honest. Stan Lynch and Howie Epstein, that fucking lineup of Tom Petty, that I was never a fan once Stan Lynch was out of the rhythm section. They brought back the other dude. I can't remember his name right now, and I fucking know the guy. He was in the original, like, Mud Crunch or whatever. And but once Howie's gone and Stan Lynch is gone, that band didn't swing like it used to. And I was always kind of stunned on the style of drumming that they went with. Guy's great. He laid down that cool kind of hip-hop beat for You Don't Know How It Feels. But interesting choice, I always thought, for Tom Petty's music. But I understand it. You get to a certain age and you're like, hey, this guy is fresh. He works great with us. He's not a fucking crazy man. And you'll change your mind on something for comfort. You'll be like, well, it's maybe not exactly the swing of Stan Lynch. Like, who the fuck has that? There's a few. It's like when Matt Sorum played in GNR. I was just like, this is wrong. This is not the feel. This is not the feel. When a drummer changes, I've said it for 10, 11 years, however I've been doing this podcast. I've said it over and over. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Most people don't know. And if it's comfortable and the guy's cool, fuck it, let's move on so the band doesn't implode. I understand that also. I understand that. So I recommend you see this immediately and go dig back into that Wildflowers record. Now, next week is something I've been waiting for years. I heard about it a couple years ago. Peter Jackson, that guy that does those fucking Hobbit films or whatever the movies he does. I never seen any of those. But I know he's a great filmmaker. I know that. But he had gone to Abbey Road to meet about some technology about voice, cleaning up voice tracks and stuff. And when he was there, he asked, hey, man, I've always wanted to know whatever happened to all the extra footage from that Let It Be rooftop concert and that little film. And they're like, oh, we got it here. There's 55 hours and there's 100 hours of audio. And you want to see it? And he goes, yeah. And they went down into this fucking underground bunker tomb. It was insane. And they opened it up, and every fucking Beatles thing on the planet was down there. I was like, whoa, look at that. It looked totally fireproof. It looked like a submarine. And they, they go in there and they show it to him, and Peter Jackson says, hey, if you ever think about doing a documentary, please consider me. And they're like, oh, well, fucking have at it. And they give him all this shit. And for 4 years, he's been working on it. And basically, it's the end of the Beatles. And people think Yoko broke up the Beatles or it was a really dark time and shit. But Peter Jackson on 60 Minutes on Sunday was saying, if you look at this footage, it's the opposite. It's guys having fun like when they first started. And he's like, it's really strange that they broke up because when you look at this footage, it's so incredible. And he interviewed Ringo and Paul McCartney. He said, what do you think about those times? And they go, ooh, dark. And he's like, nah, man, I think you just had your own weird demons going in your brain, because if you watch the footage, there's no darkness there. It's really wild. Linda's there, McCartney snapping photos, smiling. Yoko's there, cuckoo out of her mind, 1 foot away from fucking John at all times. That's one of the rules of rock. Number 1, no girls at rehearsal. No girlfriends. That has always been the rule of rock. Always. And still, I think I said it before. I've said it on stage. There's no one that has replaced that Yoko. Whenever there's a bad girlfriend scene in the band, it's always like, oh, God, he's got a new girlfriend. Full Yoko. Full Yoko. And I never understood that because, what about Courtney? Courtney Love, she's got to be on the sidelines going, what do I got to do over here to be the fucking head bummer girl? When is it going to be? Oh, full Courtney Love, man. Oh, God, full Courtney. I mean, come on. Cobain took himself out. Full Courtney. It's got to change. We got to change it out there, people. Whenever you hear about a bad girlfriend situation around a band, just be like, full Courtney Love. Oh. I've watched the Yoko Ono documentary. It was fantastic, and it turns out that she really influenced John, taught him a lot about art, weaved his mind into other shit. And then I watched this, and Peter Jackson's like, nah, she's right there. She didn't say shit. She doesn't break up the Beatles. Now, look, I do not approve of girlfriends at rehearsals or boyfriends. I don't care what band you are. You don't need your specific, your partner at work. You're trying to create art, and they're over there going, your songs are better, honey. Your songs are better than his. Why aren't you the singer? Why is he the singer? You're a way better singer. I heard you sing at home. Anyway, I cannot wait to see it. First of all, it looks beautiful. It looks like it's old 16 millimeter Kodachrome. Tom Petty thing looked great too, by the way. I miss film. Man. I know digital's easy, just fucking shoot millions of hours. But I also think that gives an excuse of like, we got digital, we can just keep shooting. And there's no urgency. Get some film in that goddamn camera that costs money, and it costs a lot of money to develop and shit, or put tape in the studio, a tape machine, and now you've got some fucking urgency. Hey man, we've only got 20 rolls of tape here. They each cost $250. We got to get some songs going. That's what the Beatles were doing, man. They put a 3-week mark on themselves of we're going in the studio, we're going to record a new record, and then we're going to perform a concert in 3 weeks. They put that fucking grind on them, and to watch this footage, man. I only saw a little bit on 60 Minutes so far, and I was like, oh my God, I can't wait. Unbelievable. I've always said this. I love Let It Be, and I love the rooftop concert. The rooftop concert is one of the coolest goodbyes ever. And there's only like 12 people up there. Can you imagine the fucking bragging rights of being at that last concert? You trump everyone at any party. They're like, yeah, dude, I saw Zeppelin, 69 Fillmore. Oh, yeah? Yeah, that's cool. I saw Beatles, rooftop. What? You know what I mean? Yeah. I saw Live Aid, Queen, Freddie Mercury. Greatest performance ever. Oh, yeah? Yeah, cool. I saw a rooftop concert. Yeah, Beatles, rooftop. That's me in the corner right there on the film. Yeah, that's me. Uh-huh. Yeah, nothing. You trump them all with the fucking rooftop concert. I don't give a fuck. Oh, I was at Woodstock, saw Hendrix. I was there front row, Star Spangled Banner. I stayed the whole 3 days in the mud. I was there in the morning as the sun rose. He was playing Star Spangled Banner. I was right there. Oh, yeah? Yeah, cool. Yeah, rooftop concert. It fucking wins every fucking time. God damn it. All right, shout out to some new Patreoners. Tracy Shepard, Andrew Burt, Thea Shook, Emily Thorner bumped up her fucking pledge. What a goddess. Mark Brunot, king of the Del Raisers out there in Australia. A brand new one here, OU821 on Patreon. Frank Bernacki crushing it with the donation. And SnakeMouth69, thank you so much for your incredible donations. Denver, next weekend, 26, 27, 28, Comedy Works, my favorite club in America besides the Comedy Store and the Comedy Cellar and the Stand. Those are the 4 I love beyond. Can't wait to be there. If you know anybody in Denver, please tell them to come out. I'm trying to fill these rooms up so these people will book me every year. Working on my hour, trying to get super funny. I want you guys to lose your minds when you see me. I don't know. It's just something I want to do. I want to fucking smash it with the comedy. Working my ass off. Working harder in the last year than I have in my whole 12 years or whatever. Oh, that reminds me. Wait a minute. I think it's coming up. When is that? My anniversary of comedy is December 6th. 12 years total right there will be 12 years. What are you doing, Gertie? Get over here, Gertrude. Anyway, so that's coming up. All tour dates are going to be on the website, deandelray.com. And we got the brand new merchandise. Okay, I love all you guys. Come out to Vegas if you're out here. If not, come see me in Denver. And go see that Tom Petty Somewhere You Feel Free. And check out the Peter Jackson rooftop concert. Monday will be Carmine Appice. And yes, it is Carmine Appice, and his brother is Vinny Appice. The lunacy of that is hilarious, but there you go. He will be on the episode on Monday. And we also have a new episode of The Grail coming out tomorrow. And I hope you liked that Lars episode, a little rancid talk there from Monday. Keep the candles lit, my friends. I love all you guys. Thank you for your support. And I'm going to get a Zoom Fest in. Let's get a Zoom Fest in tomorrow from Vegas. See ya.